someone else running. Oh, there you go.
Fisher, not before St. Rita touchdown.
I'm going to put this on mute for a second.
How about now?
Tell them there's a new one.
Go off and go back on.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Dylan Cooney, can you hear the audio? Great, thank you very much.
Driven out bounds by number 34, Carson Forney. Not before the St. Rita first down.
Log out and log back in. Okay, thanks.
Everyone, we are sorry for the technical difficulty that we had here. We didn't have a stream, but we are back up and running right now. 5 minutes in the first quarter. St. Rita has the ball, marching in Benet territory, and
Ulatowski just went for a 20-yard scamper for a St. Rita touchdown.
20-yard.
So for Benet fans, this wasn't the best timing to get back live. For St. Rita fans, the timing couldn't have been better. Welcome, everybody. We do have, for those of you who are being asked, a new stream that actually says Benet versus St. Rita. New stream. It should be up and working. It looks like we have 20 people on, or 28 people on now, so it's going the right way. But right now it's 6-0 St. Rita, and they're attempting the extra point.
And for the St. Rita Mustangs, attempting the extra point, number 17, George Verduzco. Ulatowski with the hold, kick is up, and he missed it wide left. So that's going to be a 6-0 score for the St. Rita Mustangs. Once again, we apologize for the delay in getting our stream rolling here. Quick recap of the game. St. Rita received the kickoff after Benet deferred after winning the toss. St. Rita struggled and were stopped on a long third down possession. Benet then took over, and after getting one first down on a long run by Johnson, Benet was then forced to punt, and then the resulting touchdown by St. Rita.
That was perfect, Mark. Mark, welcome. Happy senior day. Happy one home game that Benet has. We've got 3-1 St. Rita playing against 1-0 undefeated Benet Academy. We say a little bit in this COVID year. We've missed the last 2 games. We're back here for senior day, which is great for our Red Wings, great for our seniors to get a chance to go out here and play. So we're excited to be here. I need some more plexiglass between me and Mark to feel safe, but we are here and we are ready to roll. So let's enjoy this game.
You mentioned the 1-0 Benet Academy Red Wings, but let's talk a little bit about the St. Rita Mustangs. They're 3-1. With the first game of the season, they lost to Loyola, a tough loss, losing 7-3. But then they railed off 3 wins with a 51-13 win over Montini, followed by a 33-28 win over Providence. And then their last game was against Marian Catholic, where they rolled 49-14.
They're averaging 44 points a game their last 3 games, Mark, and ranked number 5 in the state. Lost to Loyola 7-3 in the first game, who happens to be the number 1 team in the state. So this is a very, very good, well-coached, talented St. Rita team, and they've got a superstar in the making in that backfield.
Bafia from the shotgun throws it out to the flat to Johnson. Johnson picked up maybe 2 yards on that, Rick.
Looking out by number 23, Liam Bartos. Brings up a second down at 7.
Number 23, the strong safety, Liam Bartos on the tackle for the Mustangs. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
You know, in their first possession, they did some good things with the ball, Mark, and just got stopped by a physical St. Rita team here. But The way to answer a touchdown is come right down the field on a nice long drive.
It was a zone read where Batia gave it to Johnson.
13, Henry Wilson. 3rd and 1 at the
Took it down to the
30-yard line.
30-yard line of Benet to bring up a 3rd and short. 4:05 left to go in the first quarter.
For those of you who are listening and sending things on the chat, not being an AV guy myself, I'm trying everything I can to zoom in a little bit here and get a better look for everybody. This is a camera that's off of the computer, so it's a little bit more challenging. But keep those comments coming, and we will try to do it, guys, and get a better picture here.
3rd and short, inside handoff to Johnson was stuffed by the Mustangs. In fact, Benet lost 2 yards, so out comes the punt team for Benet.
Benet set the kick back deep for St. Rita. Number 21 is DJ Hall, and number 3, Caleb Brown.
Again, for those of you who have just tuned in, we got a late start here with some problems. We are trying to get a better camera angle for you guys and get a better shot of the field.
Will Benish with the punt. Number 3 for St. Rita on the return.
Brown on return into Benet territory.
That's Caleb Brown,
St. Rita will take over first
junior,
and 10.
6 foot 195 junior. Had a nice return there, bringing it back into Benet territory. So Rita will take over at Bennett's 45-yard line.
So for those of you who don't know, Caleb Brown is the superstar on this squad. Being looked at by all the biggies. Fast kid, does everything. He turns punts, catches the ball out of the backfield. He's their home run threat on a very talented team. So Caleb Brown, number 3, is definitely a player that I'm sure Bennett's been looking at all week in practice.
Ulatowski, hands off. Now Brown is kicked out to the right side. He's got some running room. He's taken to the 30, the 25, and he's finally brought down by a host of Red Wing tacklers at the 24-yard line.
Mark, there's a guy who not only is he fast, just how tough he was to bring down by a couple of Red Wing defenders. He's a junior.
Yeah.
The quarterback is a junior. The future is bright for the St. Rita Mustangs, and the future might be here right now.
Ulatowski fakes a handoff. He's going to look to the right here. He was looking for number 1, Isaiah Bragg. That pass floated on him a little bit.
It was a nice defense for the Red Wings. They were on it the whole time. They didn't get the pass rush maybe that they wanted there, but the defender was with them all the way. A couple weeks ago, this quarterback went 12 for 14, so he's an extremely accurate quarterback.
Well, you mentioned the pass rush. We were talking before the game. Bennett's going to have a tough time putting a heavy rush on these guys. Big and strong is what I can say about the St. Rita Mustang line. Here's a fake by Ulatowski. He keeps it up the middle, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. To prove my point, Colin Gerger, a sophomore, mind you, left tackle, 6'3", 240. Left guard, Logan Blake, 6'3", 265. The center, Alex Pena, senior, 5'11", 240. The right guard, Bodie Turner, 6'3", 270. And the little guy bringing up right tackle, Valen Erickson, 6'6", 235.
That's unbelievable. I think the biggest guy we had when we played was about 205 on the offensive line. Now they call him punter.
Michael Manning on the stop.
Quick shout out to Neil Fitzgerald. Thank you for helping us with the AV difficulties all the way from California. So if you get the feed in California, that means you're getting it in Mile, Illinois. Good news. It's nice to know we have people from California listening, isn't it?
You know, when you've got Rick the Body Guerin on the call, people dial in. That's what it comes down to. Henry Wilson split out here to the near side. Isaiah Bragg, number 1, split out to the far side. And it looks like St. Rita wasn't happy with their setup, so they called a timeout.
For those of you who are on the screen, I know it's way out there. We're asking to be zoomed in. We don't have that capability to zoom in, guys. This is a camera that we have off of a laptop that you probably used in the 90s. It is not going to be able to zoom in. We're going to try to get as close to the action as we can. But unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with here. So I apologize. And quite honestly, I think if St. Rita scores again here, I'm going to keep pulling back a little bit further for our Benet fans out there.
Kyle James standing behind Ulatowski. Ulatowski now walking towards the line, giving some instructions to his lineman. Now he's back at the shotgun. Takes the snap. Does that fake handoff. He's got
there's a flag go down.
Caleb Brown on a quick slant, but you're right. Usually you see like a holding call.
And it was completely away from the play on the right side of the offensive line. Looks like they're calling it on the defense.
Yeah. Referees conferring.
I don't know if you've ever seen Smokey and the Bandit, but those two referees look very familiar. There are a couple of characters in Smokey and the Bandit.
56 into the game, and you're
Big and
already
little
referencing Burt Reynolds. Looks like it was a hold on Benet.
Yeah, and that's really a tough break because you had an incomplete pass in the end zone going to Caleb Brown, and this is probably going to be an automatic first down.
It's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the
Indication
Mustangs.
is a hold against Benet.
That's a tough play for Benet, guys, because it is on the opposite side of the field, had really no effect on the play whatsoever, but gave St. Rita a fresh set of downs.
Ulatowski hands off.
That's Caleb Brown.
Over the right side, and he stacked
on the carry.
fairly quickly.
Dylan McGivney on the stop.
I think that's what makes this offense so dangerous because you have to focus on Caleb Brown every play, and that play action is going to be wide open for this team, especially with an accurate quarterback and some talented guys on the ends.
They've got some very talented receivers, coupled with the fact, as you pointed out, they've got Caleb Brown. Now they've got a power I formation. Number 5, Kyle James bounces it to the outside, and he's stopped just before the end zone.
On the carry. Knocked out of bounds by number 9, Will Benish. Brings up a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line for the Mustangs.
Number 9, Will Benish on the tackle for the Red Wings. We're just coming in under a minute here to go in the first quarter. St. Rita's 6-0, but they're pounding on the door. That was once again Kyle James just following his lead blockers, and he extended the ball over the.
No, there was nothing tricky about that. That's just power football, right-hand side. Touchdown, 12-0 St. Rita over Benet. 41 seconds left in the first quarter.
And what looked like a promising start after those first 2 series, St. Rita's really showing its dominance.
Well, they're going to make up for that extra point right here. They're going to go for 2. Out of the shotgun.
Wilson and Bragg here on the near side of the field. That's Caleb Brown in motion.
Timeout, St. Rita.
So St. Rita is going to burn another timeout here. Saw something they didn't like, or there was some confusion by the offense.
So what's interesting about that, Rick, you've got your playmakers in Isaiah Bragg and Henry Wilson out here to the near side. Then they take Caleb Brown, put him in motion, all to this near sideline. You think they're going to throw it over to Caleb, or you think it's just a ruse so Ulatowski takes it to the far side of the field?
Well, I think this offense has got so many options. They could go a number of different ways here, but they obviously saw something they didn't like there, and they want to make sure they punch this in.
Again, I'm 60. I've learned. How old are you? Been to a few games.
Here's Brown in motion. Olatowski's going to roll to this near side. He's looking in the corner. Ball's tipped.
He caught it.
That was number 1, Isaiah Bragg. They had Ulatowski cornered. He flipped it back across his body. It was tipped up in the air. And a nice grab by Isaiah Bragg.
What a great job by the receiver to stay with that, because the defense was there, tipped a couple of times. Beautiful play.
So that's going to make it 14-0. St. Rita Mustangs over the Benet Academy Red Wings with 41 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
Well, there was a couple ways this was going to go early, Mark. You had a team in Benet who hasn't played in a few weeks. He's had some tough luck with COVID, had to miss a couple of games. So they come out on senior day and really get after it against a St. Rita team that's played extremely well the last 3 weeks, averaging 44 points in those games. And right now you're seeing they just look like the more disciplined team.
I couldn't agree with you more. They've played 4 games against some very good talent, as you mentioned, with Loyola, as well as Providence. They've played some tough teams. There's definitely some momentum when you're rolling along and you get 4 good weeks of practice and you play 4 games, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can only practice, and they couldn't practice for a while.
Correct.
Got back at it this week, and this is a huge possession for the Red Wings. This is one, Mark, where you really need to put some points on the board, give your defense a rest, and really get after it.
That looked like Nick Johnson on the return, and he brought it back to the Benet 26-yard line.
First and 10
for the Red Wings.
Guys, it's 14-0 right now. I don't have the scoreboard on. 14-0 with 36 seconds left in the first quarter. St. Rita up.
The Red Wings led by number 5, Nick Bafia. He's got number 24, Nick Johnson, to his left, who hands off, goes over the right side, cuts back over the middle of the field, picks up maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Looks like they tried to do a little misdirection there. I liked the play call, but St. Rita was all over it.
Brings up a 2nd and 9 for Benet at its own 28-yard line.
14 seconds in running for the first quarter. 14-0 here in Lisle, Illinois. St. Rita over the Red Wings. And they're going to let the clock run out and go into the second quarter. Well, Mark, that was
It's quarter 1 in the books.
that was an impressive first quarter for the Mustangs.
Yeah, after that first series where they struggled, they threw it out to their top receiver, Caleb Brown. Once again, we apologize for not having our feed going. And as a result, Brown tried to cut back all the way across the field, and there was a block in the back call. So right off the bat, they were, 2nd and 25 or 2nd and 20. And I think they got back to the original line of scrimmage for 4th down, and that's when they punted away. Benet had 1 first down in their initial drive, and then that drive stalled. High snap that Bafia was able to recover, but it was a huge loss for the Red Wings, and it ended in a huge field advantage for the Mustangs when they took over that second time.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm going to just keep reiterating to the people watching home. We can't zoom in, unfortunately. The camera that we have here does not have the ability to do so. So I'm moving it as close as I can, and we'll try to keep you up to date with what's going on.
Bafia takes a snap, drops straight back, looks to a screen to Johnson over the middle, and he's wrapped up quickly.
24. Taken by number 50.
Looks like they were ready for that screen, Mark.
Yeah, tackle made by number 50, Giuseppe Ursetta. And we've got a Red Wing down on the field.
Nice note there by Purple 33 saying camera department needed Benet. Purple 33, I'm not going to lie to you, I agree with you. That's a good call. We do have a player down right now. There's a break in the action. Mark, this is the first thing I've ever been handed that says a COVID roster for a football team. This is a first.
Well, it's been such a crazy season. You love the fact that they did everything they could to get these seniors out for a final season of football. But for those of you who didn't know, Benet played the first game of the year against St. Ignatius, but then due to some positive COVID tests, they then missed their next 3 games. So this is Bennett's second game of the year. Coming off the field for the Red Wings, Braden Carrier.
Resumption of play, Benet, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Red Wings at their own 27-yard line. Bafia takes a snap. Heavy rush. He's going to roll to the right here. He's going to get wrapped up, and he's going to be sacked behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, he did everything he could to get something out of nothing on that play. They were coming at him. He got out of the pocket for just almost back to the yard or the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be 4th down in a punting situation for Benet.
Yeah, we talked about the size of St. Rita's offensive line. They've got some big guys on the defensive line as well. Michael Mixon, senior, 6'3", 210. Harris Mackay, a senior, 5'9", 230, Rick. McNabb Jabril, a junior, 5'11", 230. And number 8, their defensive end, Jake Bolselli, a junior, 6'5", 235.
At 5'11", 230, you're basically a box, aren't you?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave McNabb your home address, and he can bring it up with you, Rick. How about that? St. Rita's going to take over with 10:55 left to go in the first half. Once again, excellent field position. They're taking over at Bennett's 41-yard line.
Well, I know it's pretty early to say this, Mark. You got almost 11 minutes left in the second quarter, but Benet really needs to stop here. A turnover is really what would be perfect.
Ulatowski drops straight back. He's got time. He's going to scramble and rolls to his right. He dumps it off to number 5, Kyle James, who scampers up that far sideline. And he's knocked out of bounds. He's really close to the first down. I think he's got the first.
He had a lot of time there, checked off 2 or 3 receivers, and then hit the running back out of the backfield.
Yeah, he kept his composure.
It was great.
Didn't scramble too early. Didn't try to throw it out of bounds.
That's a personal foul.
They're in a pro set. Inside handoff to number 5 again, Kyle James. Stacked up.
That's the ball from the stop. That's the yard. It brings up a 2nd and 10. Check that. Yeah, 2nd and 10 for
Number 21, Patrick Walsh for the Red Wings on the stop.
Go get him now. Let's go.
Ulatowski. Inside handoff again. Stopped again behind the line of scrimmage. Number 7, Mikey Malik on the tackle.
Well, Mark, that's how they're going to have to do it. This is a big, talented offensive line that St. Rita's throwing at you. So you're going to have to get it from the edges and with speed rushes. They're going to get creative. In the last 2 plays, they've looked great. So that's 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 for St. Rita.
Malik's coming off the field, it looks like. 4 down linemen for the Red Wings. Here's the snap. Ulatowski drops straight back. He's got some pressure, and it looks like 72 is holding on to 19. Now he's going to launch it downfield, but he's well out of bounds. And I got to tell you, that was a great pass rush by the Red Wings.
That was beautiful. I think the left tackle, to your point, looks like Colin Gerder, the sophomore, might have gotten away with one there. But the Red Wings did force him to throw it out, and there's a decision to be made by the Mustangs here. Too far for a field goal. I would expect them to go for it right here.
Well, usually I ask you, but we got in late to the game about your weather forecast. I got to tell you, it's a beautiful night here. It's in the 50s. The sun's just setting right now. I don't see a big breeze, so I don't think it's aiding either way to throw it one way or the other. Ulatowski now rolls left and tries to throw it to the sideline.
Great stop by the Red Wings. That's a big stop, Mark.
Caleb Brown.
2 scores is tough enough, but 3 scores is against this team would be very, very challenging. So that's a big stop by the Red Wings, and the offense is going to come out to the field.
Yeah. So I think the defense did a good job here. Now, what you really need from the offense is to give your defensive linemen and stuff a rest. You got to have a nice, long, sustained drive, take some time off the clock, and cut into that lead of 14 points.
Hey, I want to call somebody out real quick for a guy who's typed in here, but it looks like the left guard, Logan Blake, Jr., 6'3", 265. I think it's his brother that's out there watching the game, and obviously a big fan. So Logan looks good so far.
Bafia takes a snap, drops straight back. He looks to his right. He's got Johnson in the flag. He's got some running room. He's got 5-7 yards and knocked out of bounds.
That's a nice quick hitter to get that ball out. I like what they did there.
Tackle was made by number 54, Charlie Armbruster, a sophomore. They've got a few sophomores playing, Rick.
Well, and he looked like a big short too. I mean, this is a big, fast St. Rita team.
Charlie's 5'10", 245.
I think we have. I think that's what we're doing.
Oh, I was looking at 46. Jabril McNabb on the tackle. I apologize, Jabril and the McNabb family.
First down.
That's a Benet first down we missed where we had the screw up, but we're midfield here at the 47-yard line.
Why do you have to say screw up? Why you guys are negative?
Mark, you've survived COVID. You've survived the Spanish flu. Listen.
1st and 10 for the Red Wings.
Nobody has more respect.
Trip formation out to that far side of the field. Johnson to Bafia's left. Hard count. Nobody jumps. Now Bafia's going to throw to this near side. Oh, and we're going to have an obviously pass interference. Number 13, Henry Wilson just knocked the Benet receiver, number 40, out of bounds.
And what he's arguing is that the play was going to go out of bounds, but you still can't hit a receiver like that. That might be a personal foul instead of pass interference.
Augie Mazza, the intended receiver.
Pass interference against St. Rita.
Either way, we've got an automatic first down for the Red Wings.
So Benet into St. Rita territory. They're at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. And it's getting the Benet fans a little riled up. Trips receivers out to that far side. Bafia fakes the handoff. Then he rolls up. He's looking to throw it. He's got a receiver open on that far sideline. But he threw behind him, unfortunately. Kyle Modi was streaking down that far sideline, and he was open. I think it surprised Bafia that he was so open, and he kind of short-armed it, unfortunately.
It was not a great pass. You're exactly right. He was open. And this offense is starting to see some plays that are opening up this defense a little bit too. So
agreed. 2nd and 10.
Again, we're talking about 3 weeks off. Just starting to get into some rhythm here.
8:56 left to go in the first half. Benet with the 2nd and 10. Bafia drops straight back, heavy rush. He's scrambling to his right, and he's just trying to save and get out of bounds.
It's Bafia on carry, pushed out of bounds by number 18.
Number 18, Makai Harris, along with Jake Polselli on the tackle.
Ball to 41-yard line.
Lost maybe a yard. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 or 3rd and 12 here.
Well, I think what you're going to see too is I think you're going to see 4-down territory, right? Look maybe for 6 or 7 yards, get some yardage here, keep your offense on the field and keep the momentum going.
It seems like every time they've had a heavy rush, it's always from the outside. Bafia drops straight back. Here's the outside rush. Bafia rolls, now dumps it off. Caught by number 8, Mazza. I'm sorry, Kyle Modi.
That was a beautiful play by the quarterback. Escaping me.
Man, Bafia looks so composed there. And he
Very
has
smooth.
people coming after him. We've got a flag down on the play here, right on the Benet sideline here at the 45.
There's a flag on the field.
I wonder if that's going to be a sideline infraction.
Usually we give a warning. Maybe a personal
And maybe
foul.
they did.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. So they're going to tack on some more yards after a great play. That was a beautiful rollout. He had 6 guys in his grill.
And I never saw the penalty because I was watching the field pass and where it was going.
Gorgeous. This is a very impressive drive by Benet. 8:03 left in the second quarter. 14-0 St. Rita.
Brings up a 13-10 for Bennett at the St. Rita 11-yard line.
Due to restrictions made by Benedictine University where the game is being played, there are only Bennett fans here tonight. However, we've got some
Check that 13-yard line.
pretty strong
Bennett
intel
over
that there's a
13-10.
large crowd of Mustang fans at the previously known Bono's. What's the name of the place now?
I believe it's called Stilling.
Bobby's got plenty of time. Now he's scrambled out. He's going to get dragged down from behind. He's going to get sacked for a loss. That's when Buffy asked him, he's got to get rid of it. I think he was trying to make it something.
I think he was too.
I can't fault the guy because he's been doing such a great job and made
Michael
such
Nixon
a
on the
couple
stop.
really nice plays to get us where we're at right now. But now it's a long
He's up
second
a
and
second
15.
16 for Bennett.
Buffy has really been scrambling a lot tonight. It's not like he's been able to stand back there and take his time. Drop straight back. He's got some time here now. He throws it over the left side, throws it over that far right shoulder.
The receiver thought he was held there. I don't know. That's a tough call. I think the defender was making a play on the ball there.
Buffy's pass.
He's looking for Walsh and was thrown on that far outside shoulder where only Walsh could make a play on it. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 16 now. 7:09 left to go in this first half. Drop straight back. Here's a rush right up the middle. He dumps it off to Johnson in the flag. He's got some running room, but there's a flag down right here on the near sideline.
It was right in front of the official. I'm not sure which way they're going to call it.
I saw a St. Rita defender go down on the ground, so I don't know if it was a block by one of the other receivers.
It was about a 6-yard gain. We're going to see if it holds, though, for the Red Wings. The officials are talking about it right now. Still no indication. They're talking to Coach New from the Red Wings right now on the sideline.
Which is a good sign because they must be talking about whether he wants to take the penalty or not.
Right. With this kind of crowd, you can really hear both sidelines talking and arguing what the call is.
I agree with you. It's kind of eerie how well you can hear.
You can hear
It looks like-
the St. Rita sideline from across the field.
and
the
they're
coach is
arguing that there
speaking.
was some type of chop block.
Calls indication of a hold on the defense.
Okay, so it's a defensive hold on the Mustangs. It looks like Benet is accepting the penalty.
I think they're unclear on.
I know it's
how
tough
many
to see
yards
the
it
ball
should be.
here, guys, on what it is, but
Timeout Bennett.
Bennett's just called the timeout while they sort this all out. But it looks like it's going to be 3rd and they still haven't moved the chain.
It
or
looks
the
like
marker.
it's gonna be 3rd about 6, I would say. It looks like if that's where the ball is gonna be marked. You see that?
Well, Mark, I don't know if you know how big this game is, it being senior night, but the White Sox actually canceled their game tonight because this was on at the same time, which I think is impressive. I mean, God bless the White Sox, but for them to cancel a game in Boston tonight because of this game, that tells you something. Okay, now they have moved. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and a long 7, possibly 8.
It's calls for Bennett 3rd and 7
3rd and 7
at the St. Rita 10-yard
at
line.
the 10-yard line of St. Rita. Big play here. Buffy has Johnson to his left.
You know what? Steve Stone's listening to the game.
Look at Mo to his left. He's going to look that way. Now he turns right. He's got a heavy rush. He's going to get whipped down. Holy cow. That was a blitz by their middle linebacker.
Gone.
You know what, guys? That was an assassination
Well,
attempt. He came in there untouched and just crushed the board.
Michael Gahn
Huge
just
play by the defense.
comes crushing in. He's one of their linebackers. He's a senior, 6', 215, and Bafi had no time to respond to that. Really great play by Michael Gahn. You rattled me when you said Steve Stone.
Well, I got
Steve Stone.
I got
just
Stone
for the
and
record.
Benetti out here, both looking at it. So I told you they canceled the game for us. Jason, I'd love to give you a better camera angle, but this is as good as we're going to get.
4th and 15. Bennett's going to go for it. Bafi is going to drop straight back. He's got a heavy rush, and he's going to get dragged down. He throws it up in the air, trying to go to Johnson.
Bafi's pass incomplete.
I'll tell you something right now. Bennett's line is doing all they can to stop this steamrolling defensive line for the Mustangs.
They keep sending a lot of pressure through here.
Yeah.
They're not giving Bennett any time. They came down, had a nice drive, and all of a sudden the pressure started coming and really threw off the timing of the Red Wings. So St. Rita's going to get the ball with 6:10 left in the second quarter, up 14-0.
Ulatowski takes a snap. Now inside handoff.
What a move.
What a cutback.
What a
He's
move.
got all sorts of running room. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. Look at the speed. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. That's number 3. Caleb Brown made that look easy this year. Holy cow.
That was incredible. Caleb Brown, I don't know if you saw it, Mark, but he actually slowed down to let his receiver catch up to him to help block, and then he put on the afterburners.
And you could tell
Incredible
there was
run.
a second level of speed when he got to about the 40-yard line. He kicked it in again, and he just put on the afterburners.
That was incredible.
Jorge Verduzzo for the attempt. Tommy Ulatowski will hold.
20-0 extra point attempts coming up for St. Rita.
George Verduzco on the kick. Kick is up, and it's good. And that's going to make it 21-0. St. Rita Mustangs over the Benet Academy Red Wings.
Well, he's as advertised when you saw that run.
Wow.
And seeing his speed and being able to slow it down and then pick it back
it
up,
like that.
take that receiver, that was awesome. Well, that's a tough break for the Red Wings. We had a nice drive going, and unfortunately had 0 points out of it. Put up a quick touchdown, but you've got 5:57 left in the second quarter. Down 21-0. Must score drive. It's a big one.
The momentum, you could feel it was building with the Red Wings, and they were demonstrating they could drive on these guys. They were looking good, and then to not convert, turn the ball over, and then have a bang play like that where the guy's gone, it's a backbreaker.
Well, Mark, what you see is, they adjusted in the middle of that drive. The defense adjusted by putting more pressure on and disrupting things.
Connor Talty with the kick. It's going to be taken at the 1-yard line by Johnson. He cuts back. Now he's in the middle of the field. He's got a really nice return. He's at the 25 to 30, and he brings it down really strong run. He's going to take it to the 31-yard line.
Took a few Mustangs to get him down. That was beautiful.
That was Graham Cooney, correct? I got to correct myself on that. Yeah, Graham Cooney.
Yep.
Cooney's a returning letterman for the Red Wings. He had a very nice game against Ignatius with some nice catches. Quite honestly, we haven't seen him with a lot of catches today because Bafi hasn't had a lot of time to throw the ball. Speaking of which, here's Cooney in the slot here on the far side of the field. Johnson's talking to Bafi now. He stands over to his left. Bafi is standing at about the 25-yard line. Takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson, cuts back.
Nick Johnson on the carry, taken down by number 11, Michael
Number
Braun.
11, Gone, who had that huge sack that really stalled the Benet drive last time. Man, I like that
Brings up
Michael.
a second and
He's a
7
senior,
for Benet.
6 foot 215, and I really like any guy who wears the number 11's got to be a stud. That's what I've always said.
I'm gonna guess that my partner here wore the number 11 at one point.
I don't like to say things like that, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, coaches look for studs to do that.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Dan Lefevre, I think it's the only Benet number that's been.
That's right.
They're going to swing it over to Johnson on the flat here. Again, he cuts back and picks up maybe 2 yards.
Carson 20 on the
Well, now if you're Benet, you've got 5 minutes left. You got to start looking at that clock, and you don't want to give St. Rita another possession here.
Correct. Kyle James, who's been sharing the backfield with Caleb Brown, you see him at the backer position. He's here on the near side of the field, and he looks like he's going to blitz right now. He's coming in from the outside, and he's blocked. Bothy is rolling left. He's cutting back now. He dropped the ball, and Rita picked it up. It looks like it's number 18, Makai Harris, with the fumble recovery, and Benet is in the world of hurt.
Brought down by number 11.
Come take a look. I don't know.
You can't see that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Bafio was looking downfield. Unfortunately, he was holding the ball with one hand, and it looked like he dropped the ball. I don't know if a Mustang popped it out of his hand, but it did fall to the turf, and it was recovered. And now Rita is in the red zone again. They're at Bennett's 19-yard line with 4:27 left to go. Here's a reverse to this near side of the field. That's number 13.
And he's in.
And Henry Wilson, just like that,
Henry Wilson
took it 21 yards for a
touchdown.
As you pointed out, they've got multiple weapons that they can go to. And 13 Henry Wilson, a senior, 6 foot 195. He's a really big kid too.
Jorge Verduzzo set the kick down. Ulatowski to hold.
Verduzco, who missed the first extra point, then the Mustangs went for 2 on their second score. But Verduzco redeemed himself this last time and made the extra point. So he's in now for his 3rd attempt tonight. Hold is by Ulatowski. Kick is up, and it's good.
It's a score
28-0. I got to tell you something. I've seen some talented programs come in here before, but this St. Rita team's got a lot of talent.
It's got a little bit of that Nazareth feel from about 4 years ago,
Right.
when they came in and they were just talented at every single position. They were big on the offensive line. They were fast in the backfield. They were well disciplined. That's what this reminds me of a little bit. Well, tough day for senior day. Spring football. That's what you chalk it up to. At least you get on the field, you get to play in front of your family, and get out there and play a little bit.
Connor Talte to attempt the kickoff here. It's taken at about the 4-yard line. Cut back at the 10. Now we've got a flag down here at the near sideline. And Cooney brings it back for another strong return to about the 29-yard line.
I haven't seen an indication of the flag yet. Have you, Mark?
No, in fact, the ref just picked it up.
Okay.
Sideline warning on that.
Yeah,
It's a sideline warning. Okay. So sideline warning. Ball stays at the 30-yard line.
Cooney with 2 nice returns here, though.
Unfortunately, I think he's going to get a couple more.
Well, 4:13 left to go in this first half. Let's see if we can build on that last series that we had and at least drive the ball, take the time off. We've got a quick flag here, and it looks like the defense was offsides.
You know, you've seen Benet move the ball a couple of times. On the very first drive, they moved it a little bit. The last drive, they moved down the field a little bit. They've had some plays that have worked. And we just had an answer. Then you've got the big play by Brown. You've got the turnover and the quick score. It has not been in Bennett's favor, but they've done some nice things with the ball.
So after the 5-yard infraction, Benet will take over. Boffy's going to keep it on that zone read, and he's going to take it right up the middle after the fake to Johnson. And he's going to pick up maybe a yard. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
On the side for St. Rita.
Number 11 gone on the tackle.
Brings up a 2nd and 4 for Benet.
Bafia looks to his left now, rolls to his right. He's got some pressure. He breaks 1, 2, 3 tackles, and he's got a first down. Really nice run.
You know, he sees the field really, really well. And he's got guys in his grill the entire time. And that was a beautiful run by the Red Wing quarterback.
That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Red Wings with 3:16 left to go in this first half. They're at their own 48-yard line. Bafia taking one more look at his wristband. Now he sends a receiver in motion and a handoff in the inside, but we've got...
There's some motion going on there.
Yeah.
That whole play looked off, Mark. They were not in sync on that play at all. You could see it from the beginning.
It seemed like it was a little late for the play coming in. They weren't sure what the play was. There was a lot of guys looking at their wristbands. And, you know, penalty, they're just driving. That's really, you hate to see that, because now instead of a 1st and 10, we've got a 1st and 15. We're back at our own 43-yard line. Bafia moves Johnson over to his right. Now he's got a receiver in motion. Fakes that jet. He's going to keep it to the left.
Bafia on the carry, brought down by number 5.
That's a beautiful stick. I like the play call, and the 18 stood there and was ready for the play.
Number 18. Harris.
That's Mekhi Harris on the tackle. He's had a few
Ball to the 44-yard line.
Talented ball
Brings
player.
up a 2nd and 14 for Benet.
2nd and 14 for the Red Wings at their own 44-yard line. 2:13 left to go now in the first half. St. Rita up 28-0.
Folks, for those of you who are just jumping on, I see a couple people have done that. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to zoom in. I wish we could. The camera just doesn't have that ability. I apologize.
Bafia drops straight back. He throws it out to this near side to number 13.
Bafia pass complete to number 13.
Colin Laughlin.
Did Rita just call a timeout?
He's up a 3rd and 12 for
They
Benet.
did. So I think what's going to happen here, Mark, is St. Rita said, let's get one more score here before the half. Looks like they used their last timeout. 3rd and 12 for the Red Wings. Now, you got 2 options here if you're the Red Wing offense. You've got a play that you've been waiting to use all through COVID, or you run the ball and you let some of that clock run. Which way do they go, Mark?
Well, if I'm St. Rita, how many? They've used 1 already, so they've used 3.
That was their 3rd.
The problem is you need 11 yards, and Bafia hasn't had a lot of time to throw the ball, so it's not like you can throw it deep here. As much as I would like to see them do something more exciting, I do like the idea of just running out, making sure that they don't have a lot of time.
I think you keep it on the ground here. You punt it towards the sideline. You keep it away from Brown here at the end, and go into half.
Yeah. See what the Red Wings do. Now we've got another
Flag on the field.
Which way do they call it?
No.
I think somebody jumped, Mark. On offense.
Benet player, offsides.
We said offsides against Benet, which means somebody lined up on the other side. I mean, that's just part of that COVID year. I've yet to see a referee call offsides on the offense point that way, but.
It's up at 3rd and 17 for Benet.
I would be shocked if anybody other than the quarterback held this ball.
Rocky with the hard count, and it looks like St. Rita jumped. Nope. That line did it first, so that's going to be another
False start. Benet brings back 5 more yards.
If I could get Benedictine to turn the lights off on the other side of the field, I think we'd be able to see a lot more with this camera. We'll see what we can do at halftime.
Well, 150 left to go in this half, and Rita is once again showing blitz. Bafia drops straight back. He scrambles up in the pocket, dumps it off to Johnson, who's got some running room. He's at the 50, and he's dragged down at the 49-yard line of St. Rita.
40 on the reception.
They're going to try to draw them offsides, and I think they're going to punt. They're going to let this thing run down.
4th and 6 for Benet.
I thought it was Johnson, 24. It was number 34 for the Red Wings, Carson Forney. Nice grab and a nice run.
Well, they got a lot of it back here, but you still need 6 yards.
1:11, and the clock is ticking. I think you're right. They're going to let it run down as far as they can and then call a timeout. We're under a minute now. Benet calls a timeout, and there's 53 seconds left to go in this first half.
So now you're going to punt. You're going to see a punt away from Brown, is my guess, towards the sideline here.
We talked a little bit about the weather before. There's a little breeze from right to left, not much. I don't think it's affected either the passing or the punting or anything, have you?
I don't think it's affected anything. It's tough enough in the fall, but in the spring, you just really don't know what you're going to get here.
Yeah.
But this has turned out to be, unless you're a Benet fan, a beautiful night. Freshman, sophomore tomorrow, across the street at the high school. Will you be attending those games?
I'll be there.
10 a.m. and 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Mustangs looking for one more turn to score and go up 35. Nothing. Talk about going for the jugular.
Bennett's keeping their offense out there, and I wonder if it's just to try to draw them off. You're going to see a hard count here.
Bafia.
They're going for it.
He's going to drop straight back. Now he scrambles to his left, throws it off.
Got it.
Got a completion, and he was actually at the first down marker, but then his forward momentum, I think they're going to mark him just short of it. I really question that.
It's a bad spot.
When he first caught it, it looked like he was past the marker, but then he was coming back for the ball.
Mark, the rule is if you go back on your own and are stopped, then it's on the receiver.
Right.
If he's actually pushed back from there, then it's where he catches the ball. So what the ref is saying in this instance is he came back to the other side and crossed himself the first down.
Yeah, which is a shame because it would have ended it right there, and we would have had the drive continue for the Red Wings. Ulatowski drops straight back. Now he throws it out to the right side. Looks like it's once again to number 1, Isaiah Bragg.
Coxon keep running. I don't think he got out of bounds.
Isaiah Bragg.
He did not. I think they're going to get one more shot here.
On the stop.
Now, Mark, they stopped the clock, so maybe he did get out of bounds. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, he missed it. 32 seconds left to go in this first half. St. Rita at their own 47-yard line. Ulatowski drops straight back. He's looking this left side the whole time. He's going to scramble to his left. He's running hard to this left. Now he's going to throw it across his body.
13.
Oh, he's breaking 1 tackle, 2 tackles. That was number
But you know what? That's
13, Henry Wilson.
they're going to get one more shot at this as they move the chains. That's a risky pass throwing across your body into really the middle of nowhere there.
But he had 2 receivers over there, which was strange. But Henry Wilson made the completion. He's a big kid. He's 6 foot 195.
.4 seconds left in the half. St. Rita 28-0. St. Rita has the ball on the Red Wing 36-yard line.
Now we've got a flag on that far sideline, Rick. And it looks like it's
Sideline infraction again?
no offside. Offsides on the defense.
Well,
And now
you got a personal foul on St. Rita.
for knocking it
Unsportsmanlike.
off the
Yep.
Another flag on the field.
So it looks like
They just pulled number 71,
somebody just got pulled off for St. Rita.
Valen Erickson. He mouthed off to the ref about the call. And so the Rita coaching staff immediately responded and pulled him out of the game.
Well, being a mile and a half away, I can't tell you what he said, and his cameras are going to tell me. But,
Why are you going to blame this camera for everything? Come on, Garrett. Be
But
better. Be better.
unfortunately,
With the offsides followed by that unsportsmanlike conduct, Rita is now back at their own 45 with 14 seconds left to go. Ulatowski drops straight back. There's a heavy pass rush. That's a great play. 19 Pierce to rush. Nice job.
and that's going to run the half. So nice way for the Red Wings to end the half.
In the quarter, we
Stopped it,
scored.
but we go into the locker room. It is St. Rita 28, Benet Academy 0.